What's up everybody, Brian here with BPS Customs, and today we are finally getting to a project that we started in this video up here, Deep Red Rebuild Part 2. 2. Part 2. Now we're not going to do a time lapse of this build because it's going to get a little complicated and it's probably going to take me multiple days. I am actually leaving for vacation for a week on Sunday. So by the time you see this, I will have been gone for 5 days. But my wife and I are going to be heading out to Vegas and then to San Diego and then back home. So I wanted to get some content together for the channel while I was gone. And this needs to be done. It's been needing to be done for a while, so I figured I'd get started on it. Now, one of the reasons I've had to postpone this build is because I've had a lot of other videos in the queue that needed to be shot and edited, and this is my system for doing that right now. It's not like I don't have other systems that are capable of doing this kind of work. My test bench over there actually would be probably pretty good at it right now, considering the 6900K is in it, but it is actually the only system that I have that has Adobe Premiere on it. And I think just for the hassle of installing Adobe Premiere on a new system just for a week or two of work is not really worth it. So what I did actually was keep this together in its decrepit state and use it for now to edit a whole bunch of videos and kind of build up some so that when I finally do stop and do the rebuild, I'll have a couple videos in the queue that I can release along the way so that by the time those videos are done, I'll be able to have my new system put together and I'll be able to start editing new videos with the new build. But for the remainder of this video, I'm kind of going to shoot it freeform. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod, do some handheld stuff, show you some intricacies of what I'm doing, what parts are going into the build, and kind of stop along the way and show you some interesting things that have come up. So this build is going to be half vlog, half me sitting here. I hope that's okay with you guys because that's all I have right now because I have to leave soon. So I'm trying to get this done and get it published and have it in the queue for when I'm gone so that you guys have more stuff to watch. Now, one of the bonuses of being a tech reviewer is that even when your main system is out of commission, it doesn't necessarily mean you have nothing to game on. What I did was I actually took one of my 1070s. I don't know if you could actually see that. If you'll focus. Yeah, 1070. What I did was I put one of my 1070s into my stream box, and now I'm going to use this as my main system hooked up to my main monitor for the foreseeable future. This will run Doom just fine if I wanted to, and as well as some other games. But it doesn't have the processing horsepower of the X99 platform that my main system is. So this is just temporary, but at least I still get to play some games. Alright guys, I've tried to record this a couple times. This is going to be the last time I try. But I just wanted to show off Doom running on my stream box with one 1080. I'm sorry, with one GTX 1070 at 4K. Now, I mean, take a look at this. We're at mid-50s FPS. It's not the best. Obviously, a 1080 would do better. But at the same time, this card is you know, much cheaper. And this is not what this is made for. Oh, somebody's shooting at me. Oh, jeez. Dead. You dead too. Oh, there's another one of you. So anyway, I just wanted to show off how this runs at 4K with one 1070 while I have the opportunity to do that because while I have my my stream box equipped as my main system. Oh, I'm getting stuck here. So yeah, so mid-50s FPS seems pretty good. Could be a little bit better maybe, but for $400 video card, something is throwing things at me. Where are you? You are far away. I'm gonna die. Okay, so sorry to get distracted, but I just wanted to show you guys how this works on 4K. Hello. With a single GTX 1070, it seems to be running pretty well. No complaints here, and it looks like I'll be able to continue gaming if I so choose. Jeez, where are you guys? If I so choose, while I have my main system out of commission, while it is receiving the upgrade. All right, so as you can see, I've stripped everything out of the test bench, just kind of leaving the 6900K in there for now. There's no reason to take it out. It is going to stay in there, so why risk anything really? So it's just going to stay in there, but everything else is stripped out, as you can see. All the RAM's gone. 1070 is now in my stream box. Everything is disconnected. And then I took the cooler out too. Hold on here. Strip this. Cleaned off the thermal paste here. This is going to go in the back in the test bench with the 5820K once that's out of my other system. You can see back here I have a 980 Ti with the water block on it that's ready to go out as soon as my eBay auction is done. All right, so what's going to be going to deep red? Well, all this stuff. We got the MSI X99A Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard, the i7 6900K X99 chip. Got two GTX 1080s that are going to be supplemented by these bad boys from EK. This is the EK FC 1080 GTX water block. There's two of them, and the backplate to go along with it. These are black backplates. And then for some flair inside the case, we're going to go with the Bits Power flow indicator and these awesome Bits Power 90-degree fittings. If this will focus up, please focus. There we go. Bits Power 90-degree fittings, along with some Thermaltake extensions, an EK extension, and an extra plug. Bet you guys can't tell which one's the old coolant and which one's the new coolant. Color change is real, people. It's real. It's science. Alright guys, the loop is drained, but what I need to do next is get this motherboard out of here. I don't know if you guys remember or saw the video where I talked about the system, but the top radiator is actually mounted with screws that go through the top rails of the case and secure, or kind of like sandwich, the fans in to the top rails so that they could blow down and through the radiator. That was the only mounting solution that allowed me to not have the fans mounted underneath and block like view of the top of the motherboard. So now I have to get to like these screws that are in here, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna be able to do that without taking this top radiator out, which is a huge pain. So I'm gonna try to figure that out now. Well, mission failed. I had to take the rad out. I had to uncouple the fans that are up here from the rail, which is under here, which was sandwiched in between the fans and the radiator. And actually, it's kind of good that I took this out, because look how dirty it is. I mean, I guess that could be expected, but it's going to be a good time to clean this, flush it, and then put it back. Alright, successful extraction of X99 Sabertooth motherboard. You see, I still need to clean the thermal paste off of the 5820K. And I'm going to leave as much of the wiring in here in place as I can. See if I could focus on some of this stuff in here. Maybe, who knows? But the more wiring you leave in place, the less you really have to do as far as rerouting everything. See the SATA cables down here, they're not going to move. Those are going to stay there. So I'm going to do my best to minimize what I have to do to reroute cables inside this chassis. But motherboard, all done. One thing I encourage everybody to do, especially if you're a system builder or you're going to be doing this fairly frequently, is to go out and get yourself one of these. It's a magnetic parts pad. This one's from iFixit. Jeez, this camera is terrible at focusing. It's from iFixit. It comes with a dry erase marker that you could label your parts. It's magnetic. These screws aren't going anywhere. And when you're taking apart complicated systems like this, it really comes in handy. All right, so recabling is actually going to take a little doing. As you can see down here, the front I/O and the USB ports used to come out of this hole because this is where they were in the other motherboard. Now they're over here, so I have to reroute them here. And then up here, the USB 3, which came out next to the 24 pin in the other motherboard. Now there's actually a horizontal plug, so we're going to have to reroute the USB 3 to come out through here. Other than that, I think the wiring is the same, and we should be good to go. Okay, all done. All the wiring is in. So you can see power cable is there, 24 pin. The USB, I actually really like the horizontal USB 3. It makes things a lot cleaner. And then the front panel USB stuff is down there. And then up here we have the ATX pin and the fan header, because I have a fan controller mounted to the back of the case. Alright, so here we have the water block, backplate, and one of the 1080s. I'm not going to do a full walkthrough about how to do this. Jay actually just did it the other day, and I'll link to his video in the description here. But when I'm all done putting this on, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Well, there you go. I know the desk kind of looks like a mess right now with screws and wrappings for thermal pads all over the place, but here is the block mounted. Hopefully that's focusing right. And I'm going to turn it over. And I had sent a message to EK that I was missing some screws, but I managed to recycle a few, and I found some in my toolbox, so I was able to mount the back plate. So there you go. That's what it looks like. Alright, so we're all done. We got the two blocks installed on the 1080s. We got the back plates on them. We got them installed in the case. And this is about as far as we're going to go today. I have probably another day's worth of work left to do on this, which is going to include all of the tubing and all the new fittings and all that, and that is not something I'm going to tackle today. So this is where we're going to leave it, and you know, I hope that hope this was at least moderately interesting for you guys. If you take a look here, this is only a 2-slot gap with this motherboard, so putting the tubes in between these two blocks is going to be a challenge. I'm going to have to work on that. I might go back and talk to EK and try to get a terminal instead. But this is it. So we're going to stop right now. I'm going to sign off. Brian with BPS Customs. Hey, guys, I am an Amazon affiliate now. So in case you guys feel like supporting the channel at all, click on that link down in the video description. Doesn't make a difference for you guys, but it throws me a little bit of money and it helps support the channel. So I really appreciate it. And get subscribed. We got a lot more stuff coming. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, I'll see you the next time.